Oh. Hey everyone, owls everywhere here. Sorry for the... Oh, there are a bunch of dragons roaring around me right now, but... Anyways, sorry for the break. I had some technical difficulties and then had to catch up on some stuff. Oh. You probably can't hear it, but as I'd mentioned in, I think I'd mentioned it in, the last video, but I got a new, headset, and I can hear the dragons roaring in my ear really loud. See what I mean? See? Yeah, so anyways, we're back in Dragon Adventures for the first time in months. And... there goes the dragon roaring again. Ugh. Yeah, you may have noticed that I haven't been posting videos on, hatching each new event dragon that comes out for, a while now. And I haven't since, Solstice. And that's because, I kinda just got tired of that video format. You know, it was... It was getting repetitive for me, and, it was getting repetitive for me, and it was becoming a... There goes the roaring again. Yeah, it was... As I'm going to say for the third time now, it was getting repetitive for me, and it was becoming a burden on my inventory, so I decided to just... unless a dragon was from... sent from heaven... and my sole life purpose in that moment is to hatch it, you know, like Mealy, then I probably won't do that. But instead, I'm going to try to do something different on Dragon Adventures that, I haven't really done. So, if you may have noticed my... Dear God. This is why I only record intros in my base, people. Yeah, if you may have noticed, I have been amassing quite the... Well, not really that much if you see, other people, but, I've been amassing quite the fortune over here by my coins. These gosh darn dragons roaring everywhere. And that... Okay. Continuing on, the reason I had been saving that much coins is because I had been saving up to hopefully buy a Veidreiki. And yeah, I know that they're coming back in September, but I think it would be fun to try to get one before then. So that is what I'm going to do. Okay, so my goal is around 100 million, because that is, that seems to be around, the base price for Veidreiki right now, and that is, literally the coin cap. And I'm going to achieve that goal by, a couple different methods. That will be, trading and selling dragons, farming, crops, defeating mobs, you know, the works. I'm not actually going to participate in this season, though, because I started it pretty late, and then I just lost the motivation there, so I'm gonna start fresh next season. Yeah, I made a promise to myself not to get attached to any of the new dragons that may come into my inventory, but anyway, speaking of that, this is Sweet Bee. Yeah, I traded a Thorcornix for her, and I decided that I loved her before I even saw her. She was from a wiki trade, and I just love Gingiferode, so I absolutely had to get one. Okay. What's the last? Oh, there's more of them. Are they all running around because of Sweet Bee? That's better. So anyways, this is Sweet Bee. Sweet Bee says hi. And, the topic of trading dragons brings us to what I'm going to be trying to do in this episode of the Veidreiki log, as I've been calling it. I have these two, let me scroll down to them. I have these two, Stymelisks, and they're not normal Stymelisks, they're, cosmetic Stymelisks, but considering that stims have come back recently, and don't seem to be leaving anytime soon, their value has gone way down from when I traded for them, and I didn't, trade them away in time, so that's what I'm going to be trying to do in this video. So I'm going to be trying to, I'm just going to be going to Undercity and trying to just trade them away, see if I can get like a decent offer. Like it's definitely gonna be nowhere near like what they were worth like when they were at like the peak of their worth, but I'm going to still try to get something decent, maybe hopefully like 2 to 3 million if they're still worth that much by then. And like while I did technically lose out by a lot, I also do have this Moixara egg that I'm going to hatch and then trade or sell. So yeah, stay tuned while I try to trade those stimulus away. And before we start, do you have anything to say, Sweet Bee? Thank you, Sweet Bee. Yeah, so if you enjoy the video, please leave a like, and if you generally enjoy my content, then please consider subscribing. Now, without further ado, let's get on with the video, because I feel like this intro has been dragged on way too long. For convenience, I also set up this handy-dandy shop that has all of my potions and dragons for trade and or sale. So that, you know, I can just have them all in one place that can be edited quickly. Okay, so we're in Undercity now. I currently have like 3 different dragons to raise right now, 4 including the Moixara if I have to resort to hatching that one. And so I'm thinking that like if I can't sell those 2 stimulus by the time that all 4 of them are grown, then like I'll just end the video and we'll continue another time. But yeah, for now let's just see how it goes. Will I be able to sell the stimulus, or will I be stuck with my horrible investment that was good at the time, but it didn't work out? Keep tuning in to find out. Okay, so I wasn't able to get the footage, but I did manage to trade them. I got kind of desperate near the end, so I kind of just took the first offer that someone gave me. It's alright, not like the best I could have gotten maybe, but I was not gonna hold out for anything else. So I got a Carnelian and a Sparkly Boy. Look at this guy. Look at him. He is a... You, leave me alone. Okay. So I got a Hogleon with Golden Shimmer. I am not entirely sure how much this is worth. But like if it's only worth maybe like 200k or something like that, then I might break the no getting attached rule and keep him again. As you might be able to see, I put him over. I put a little scarf on him because I needed to cope with my financial misfortunes. So yeah. Anyways, since the video's we've already done what we needed to do, this video is getting pretty short, so why don't we try to hatch a couple of the new Heroes League egg, because I kind of want to get the Cogneric, but also a Veidreiki, because yes. Yeah, I've never had a Veidreiki before, and I want one. And I also like the Cogneric. I love spooky things like that. So off we go! Alright, I did some quests and got some Delver's eggs, and we also still have this Moixara egg, so at least we have that. I'm not expecting much. I'm hoping for at least like a Makora or a Focafan with nice colors, because I don't have one of those yet. And there's not really any harm in keeping any dragons from these eggs since they're not hard to get. So first we got the Moixara egg. It's a decent colors, I guess. Next, a Delver's egg. That's a Focafan. And then the next Delver's egg is another Focafan. Okay. Let's take a look at the color, their color combinations, see if there's any that are interesting. I think this one might be the most interesting. Let's look at that Moixara too. At least it has a mutation. Not the best, but could be worse. So that was a bit of a disappointing start to this series. Anyway, I thought it would be fun to do a little segment at the end of each episode where I draw a Veidreiki into the thumbnail. Kind of like a drawing Veidreikis until I get a Veidreiki kind of thing. I could practice my art and take a bit of time to just talk about stuff. I probably will only make videos on this series when I have something fun to do each episode. Kinda like a little activity to do while also keeping track of my progress. I've been thinking about what I'd want when it comes to the hypothetical Vade, as in colors, names, and even some personality. Colors are what I've been thinking about most, though they might be hard to achieve unless I just so happen to get the last remaining NM Veidreiki, if it even exists. There's two ideas I've had for what I want its colors to be. Either similar to what I'm drawing right now, being kind of calico colored. I think there's a theme for that called Sako no Koi, if I remember correctly. Or possibly even have it be predominantly black or dark colored with a legendary color on one of the slots and have its element be rainbow or something similar. I don't think I've ever seen Scarlet Wind on a Veidreiki either. I really like that theme. Maybe I could try that out. It's not like I need my color potions for selling purposes as much once I get it. You guys wouldn't get mad at me for shuffling away a theme if I replace it with another one, right? As for names, I hadn't thought of as much about it, but for some reason the name Spider came to mind, which is kind of funny because I already have a spider dragon and his name is Baked Potato. For personality, I think they'd appear intimidating to those who don't know them, but are actually very caring and gentle to everyone they meet. I might put a hat on them, who knows? Crow has also agreed to help sponsor me on this venture if I promise to get him a Vade when they come back. I might try to get one of those new Gen ones for myself as well when they come back, depending on how difficult they are to obtain. I may be down multiple millions right now, but I'll keep trying and hopefully my luck will turn around eventually.